welcome back to Drinking Alone with Christina. I'm Christina, and today I am not drinking alone with you. This is a dry episode. Now, that's not to say I won't be drinking something, but it is non-alcoholic. This is Reed's All Natural, Zero Sugar, Extra Ginger Ale, and it is extra gingery, it really is. And the reason that we're not drinking today is we're going to call this the wine episode. And I'm going to tell you the wine story, and then you'll understand why I will never have an actual wine drinking episode. So, man, that is really snappy. It's like biting into a piece of fresh ginger. It's really good. And this would be a great mixer, which is what I bought it for, but I really love drinking it just by itself. So, as I have threatened you before, I am now going to tell you the wine story. So, my family is known as the wine incident, why Christina doesn't drink wine, various other names. So, let me begin by saying that growing up in an Italian household, wine was not forbidden to us. Even as kids, on special occasions, Christmas dinner or something like that, we get a tiny little glass of wine. So it wasn't, like the lure of the forbidden that made me do this. So I really couldn't tell you what my motivation was other than I was very young and really, really, really stupid. So my grandfather lived with us. My Italian grandfather is from the old country. And he would buy this Carlo Rossi wine, the big green gallon jugs, okay? And he would go through phases. Sometimes it'd be rosé, sometimes it was Chablis. And at this particular point in time, I was about maybe 9 years old. It was, I'm assuming it's Burgundy, but it was a very dark red wine, like super dark red wine. And in this gallon jug, there's probably about that much left, which when you're 9, in a gallon jug, that much is actually quite a lot of wine. So I decided I was going to drink it, and drink it I did. And as you may imagine, I got drunk. That's the kind word for it. And now it was in the middle of summer. My mother was at work when this happened, and when she came home, my oldest brother ran outside to say, "Guess what Christina did?" Which totally defies the whole concept of omerta, doesn't it? But I decided I was going to hide, being very clever. And so we had a 2-story house, and under the stairs, it goes like this. In the front, we had a closet, but in the back, where it got narrow, we'd like throw winter boots and stuff in there. So it was kind of like a boot closet. Well, I decide I'm going to hide in the back of the boots, which in the middle of summer wasn't a super bright idea either, but I was also really loopy. So I'm hiding in there. My mother comes in, and I'm concealing my location superbly by laughing uncontrollably because I'm hiding. Isn't this great? And of course, she found me immediately and put me to bed. Basically, she put me in her room because she had air conditioning, and was just like, "Go to bed." It was just that kind of, I'm sure she was extremely mad, but I don't really remember her reaction. I don't remember a lot of that. So I woke up a few hours later, and I did not feel well. I did not feel well at all. So I kind of stumbled my way downstairs and went to the kitchen, and you had to go through the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And there's my grandfather. Now, I have no idea what kind of conversations have gone on while I was unconscious upstairs, but he knows that I was drunk on his wine. He's going to sober me up. This is the best part. He's going to sober me up by feeding me. So now, what do you think this old man from the old country is going to feed me, a 9-year-old, to sober me up? How about scrambled eggs and hot peppers? Now, as an adult, this sounds plausible. As a child, and having drunk as much as I did, And considering the fact that when he fried those hot peppers, there was a lot of oil in the pan and it was still there, this was really not a good idea. Just thinking about it. So I tried to eat it because I was in trouble and I was trying to do the right thing. And I didn't make it to the bathroom. I threw up scrambled eggs and hot peppers from one end of that kitchen to the other. I mean, I distinctly remember seeing the puke on the floor. It was awful. So I don't really remember feeling bad the next day. I mean, I don't think I got hungover as such, but I was obviously violently ill from this. And so from that day to this, I cannot abide wine. I can't smell it without feeling nauseous. I certainly can't drink it. If you were sitting across the table from me with a wine cooler, I would probably have trouble sitting there with you. So when people drink wine around me, I often do this. And just try to scoot away, not always gracefully. So yeah, and it also applies to anything like with wine in it. Like I don't cook with wine. The one exception to that is when I make sauce, I do use a dry vermouth, but it doesn't really have that super winey smell to me. But it does also apply to brandy, because one day, I was certainly probably well into my 20s, possibly my 30s, I decided I'm going to make some brandy snaps because that sounded like a great cookie, right? And I opened the bottle of cognac and took a whiff and did this kind of bizarre, not knocking off the walls like a billiard ball, but basically I like ran to the door, opened it, had to take breaths of fresh air, threw myself on the couch, and had to will myself not to throw up for about 20 minutes. That is the kind of reaction that I still have. So there you go, the story of the wine incident, aka why Xtina doesn't drink wine, aka the dry episode. So today I really didn't have to tell you not to drink and drive and not to drink and text your ex, but I'm telling you that anyway. But I'm also telling you, if you ever hang out with me, we're not drinking wine. I'd rather drink a non-alcoholic beer, and that's saying something. If you've enjoyed not drinking with me today, please subscribe to my channel and you can be entertained with more drinking at some other later date, but like I say, not this time. And I hope to see you again soon.